Here, when we read the Saussure in detail, we may pose ourselves a question whether the proper contrast that he meant, or whether the langue parole, langue and parole, are the real contrast according to what has been described by the Saussure, or how it was formulated by him. Because actually he used three expressions, or three terms in where he was describing this, or when he was describing this, as it was later on rendered by his students, because obviously the linguistic course book, or compilation, as it was published posthumously, was actually put together by his students. It wasn't directly written by him. It was his lectures that were recorded by his students and then put together. So one of these passages speaks about these, or describes these terms as they form one of the basics of his contribution to linguistics theory. So we have langue, we have parole, and we have in French langage, or language, we may say, where namely language is actually understood by Saussure as the totality of all possible, simply said, words, their variations, and the whole, let's say, vocabulary, the whole expression, or vocabulary thing, part of the language that is provided or given at our disposal, the author's disposal, literally at each, or at always that moment where the author is about to produce text, while parole is the really realized selection of it, from it, that has been made according to the author's preferences, his choice, and so on. While we may ask now, where is the langue? Where is the language? The language, or langue in French, component that we spoke about at the beginning as being the duality opposition, or the complementary part in the complementary duality between langue and parole, or language and parole. So this is something that the Saussure describes as the way, or the mechanism, or the tool, actually the tool of how once the author has chosen, or is mentally formulated what he wants to say, how he wants what he wants to the message he wants to give through his text. This is the tool. The langue, or language, is the tool that he uses to actually convert the choice he has made from the pool of options being given at his disposal by virtue, or thanks to Langage, into the parole. So what actually and exactly De Saussure says is that it's langage or language, or the mass, total mass of vocabulary, let's say, that is by means of langue converted technically into parole, which means the really realized, traceable, perception-wise or mind-wise perceivable text.